Here are the top emerging trends of Pinterest in 2023. The source of this information comes straight from Pinterest. Now, this is not a year-end report. This is a not yet trending list based on what people are searching for and, more importantly, the trends that they're planning for. And to keep it relevant for you, of course, I'm only going to cover fashion and beauty or elements that might impact it too. Now, the data gathered is a post-pandemic life from end of 2020 to end of 2022. Let's go. The Airy Style, think lace, tulle, ruffles, and shimmer. You know, during the pandemic, it was a relaxed stay-at-home look, right? Then the lockdowns lifted and the glitz and glamour took over to make up for all the casualness. So 2022 was full of sequin and shine. We see that rolling over into 2023. We also see the masculine take on fashion, like the moto look and the combat boots. So moving on will be the opposite, which is feminine and delicate. The ruffle detail shirt will transition into menswear as well. Think ethereal characteristics, whimsical lengthy dresses or tops with see-through elements, which also means, ladies, that we have to start investing in shapewear coverage. We see the tulle and the layers of airy material being popular this spring as well. I just made a pink fashion trends video and we can clearly see these elements already in the market. A great example here is Jenna Ortega's black dress in Wednesday. It is right on the money. The black tulle, the ruffles, perfectly nailed this trend. Orange is this year's wedding color. That something blue seems to be replaced with something orange. Think copper, burnt sienna, terracotta features added in wedding planning. From floral arrangements to part of the decor and to bridesmaid dresses, orange can also be combined with other colors such as green to blend in. Now, of course, if you want to be different, just pick another color. Ladies, if you're attending any weddings this year, please come back and comment down here and let us know if you actually saw this trend. I'm so curious to see. Gemini Hair, this is your bipolar hair color. It is a clearly distinguished separation of the two colors. We see the color block all over fashion, and why should hair be any different? I'm actually surprised it's not taking over the makeup industry. I mean, what's next? Each eye a different color shade? Just kidding. Here we will see the combination of natural hair color with bright shades of blue, pinks, and purple. Seems like millennials and the Gen Z are responsible for this trend. The blue and black braids are also popular, and it's not a surprise, is it? We've seen that cobalt blue is one of the popular colors trending across fashion items this year. Lavender and blonde combination is also a popular take on the dual color trend. The micro makeover. Here we will see a big shift towards mini dimensions. The long exaggerated nails we're used to seeing are no longer trending, and we quickly transition to the micro manicure. Short nails, still well groomed and taken care of. My absolute favorite look with polish is this natural lac layered without any fuss. And the micro French. This is the French with a very thin white line. Yes, I get it done just for you, but you know, now that I look at it, I think this is a mini, not a micro. You want the white line to be ultra thin. The color of the line is also something we can experiment with, from purple to pink and all the season's colors. It's one of my favorite styles, high maintenance but easy to do. We also see the micro bangs adopted in haircuts, short braids, and the long locks are being chopped into shorter braids. Sci-fi Fits. This trend is the straightforward post-apocalyptical type of clothing. The influence is clearly defined after the pandemic, when we all lived through very difficult times. End of the world type of scenarios were played out. And now we see the aftermath. Dystopian fashion is the term used here, and for those of us who need a little bit more Google search, it originates from the word dystopia, which assumes a semi-functional society. Sounds familiar? It kind of feels like it, doesn't it? Makes total sense why people are searching for this. And what do you wear in a post-apocalyptic world, you ask? Well, I've done a little bit of digging and here's what I found. Cargo shorts, fatigue pants, which are the military version of jeans with a slim fit, long hippie skirt, long jacket, wide or long studded belt, hat, silver chains and jewelry with battered work boots. Futuristic outfits are also part of this category category, and here I wonder if a positive outcome type of mentality is what drove this trend. Because outer space exploration was also very popular, and with the global warming crisis, escaping our planet seems to be a hot topic these days. So here we see the structure of the outfits with the blunt cuts, the monochromatic colors, the cold black and sharp white angles. When I look at this trend, I can't help but think of AI. Artificial intelligence is also another popular topic, and perhaps us dressing like robots or imagining how they might look like is on people's minds as well. The gamers world is now directly influencing the real fashion world. Think galactic glasses, cyber streetwear. We have Trinity from Matrix, of course, as an all-girl powerhouse to lead the way in the head-to-toe leather ensemble. The rave trend is taking over. This one is for the younger crowd, for millennials and people currently in their 20s. So after the lockdown, we've seen house parties are taking over and clubs and warehouses. The rave fashion is not a real shocker, is it? I mean, have you seen the Gemini hair trend? This kind of goes hand in hand. I don't expect to see purple hair matched with a white button ruffle shirt anytime soon. No, we need the neon mesh. Okay, I'm trying my best to show you decent examples here. Let's move on. The dating experience is also seeing a drift. Apparently, the dinner in a movie is so 2020. Gen Z, which are now the early 20s, crave a different kind of experience, the meaningful one, away from the traditional museum, bookstore, and aquariums. And how is this translated into wear? Less formal and more casual, mobile, practical, functional. You no longer need a tulle dress and heels to walk around the park and see dolphins, now do you? It's very interesting. Here is where comfortable casual wear makes more sense. Women are seeking to break away and create their own storyline. And speaking of storylines, rom-coms, if you see the 2000s being relived in terms of clothing, accessories, shoes, music, think about the movies from the 2000s. You see, it was in this period where women started to be center stage and the heroines of their own stories. Quick refresher here, we have Bridget Jones' Diaries 2001, My Big Fat Greek Wedding 2002, Legally Blonde with a ridiculously pink suit, How to Lose a Guy in 10 Days with Kate Hudson. Wow, she had so many great fashion moments. I clearly remember her gorgeous yellow gown. All these movies have fashion statements in them, and we will see them seep through this year. Here is the trend of the romantic comedies where women in their 20s want to take center stage in their own lives. The influence will be seen in slip dresses, tube tops, cargo pants, and a claw hair clip. Fringe with benefits. We saw the fringe trends being popular this year. So if you think some fringe editions are reminiscent of the early 2000s, this particular style here is about the fringe being front and center in your outfit. It's the overpowering fringe unlike anything we've seen before. Think bigger and bolder multiplied with fringe. We will see the jackets with heavy fringe from both the back hanging as well as the sleeves. The handbags and purses, of course, with fringe. This looks like so much fun, doesn't it? It's almost unreal, an exaggerated take. And the dresses, they remind me of Tina Turner's stage outfits. She always wore these beautiful fringe dresses. And surprise, surprise, guess who else wants to dress in fringe? Brides. Oh yes, there's a spike in searches for fringe wedding dresses this year. Let's talk hair, more specifically crown hair. Here we see a lot of searches gravitating towards solutions for hair thinning around the sides and the crown area. Skinification is the term used, searching for remedies for skin, the scalp, and crown care. Here we see the mature generations, Gen X and Boomers, increase in interest to prioritize hair care with searches such as scalp treatment or clean scalp. Now, considering what we went through during the pandemic with elevated levels of stress, I would say the ramifications are probably extended to a broader age range as well. You know, to me, makeover also means less shopping, less gathering of things around the house, less decorations, less commitments, saying no more often, making room for more space, more time, prioritizing direct engagements with family members, and creating more abundance by making room for for it. Everything I shared today is now available on my Pinterest page. Hope you enjoyed these new trends coming up. Now, don't forget to like the video if you've truly enjoyed it. I have an entire playlist where I cover all fashion related trends for 2023, from clothes to handbags, jeans, and more. I'll see you there next.